What's poppin', gang? You burned the bank, you threw the jerkbait, you threw the square bill, you didn't catch any fish. Electronics, you gotta trust them. Let's go. So you ran around shallow, you're gonna take a look at your electronics and try to find some fish. The main thing that people run into is, what am I looking at? What am I looking for? What is a fish? What does a fish look like? So we're gonna go over those, few key aspects of finding fish with your electronics. Nobody wants to go out there and throw a Hail Mary and just keep casting. So we're gonna go over that today. Now let's take a look at the console graph first. All right, so when you get to the console, you're gonna wanna open up all of your different screens. Have them all running. I like to split it up this way. We got the side imaging on the bottom, 2D, downscan, and the mapping. So as you can see here, I've got a bunch of waypoints, and I'm just slowly idling through my waypoints. Now what am I looking for? I'm looking for structure, mostly. So I'm gonna look on my side imaging. When I see one of those brush piles, I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna mark it on my map. So the main thing that you wanna look for when you're scanning is the structure that's gonna hold the fish. Now, typically you're gonna run over them, you're gonna go right over the top of them, and you'll see them with the 2D sonar as well. So right here, as you can see, we just went over a couple. We've got two big fish there right on the bottom at 20 feet. So that's something that we're gonna wanna mark, turn around, and then cast on those fish. But again, on side imaging, you're really looking for the cover that's gonna hold the fish. If you are trying to pick out the fish, you're gonna distinguish a really bright white mark. So on side imaging, that's gonna show, it's giving that hard return off the bottom. It's showing that fish. That fish is it's gonna stick out. Depending on what graphs you have, some of them show a little bit better, but that's what you want to look for, is that strong white return, white mark. That's going to show the fish. Now if you're looking at your 2D sonar, it's going to be a hook. You're going to see like a hook there. There's a small fish there, and that's what you want to look for on the 2D sonar. All right, so you found your spots, you got your marks, you got brush piles, you got drop-offs, all the stuff that you're looking for on that console graph. Now you're gonna come to the front of the boat, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of the basics of what you wanna look for once you get to the front. Some of them are super simple, obvious things, but let's go over the front of the boat here on that, the front graph. You're on the trolling motor, and you're ready to catch those fish. Okay, so you're gonna wanna line yourself up, line the boat up with your waypoint. Typically, you're gonna wanna be 50 to 60 feet behind that waypoint and casting into it. Obviously, you gotta play the wind, depending on, what trolling motor you have and if you can spot lock or not. Now, what are we looking for? What are we looking for on the graph here? As you can see, we've got maybe a fish on the bottom there. We got a little bit of bait up top. There's another fish popping up right there. You got a decent little hook there. So those are the things that you want to look for, and that's how you want to line up your boat, when you come to this front graph and you're throwing onto your waypoints. So those are some of the basics that you need to use your electronics, find those fish. Again, we're looking for arcs, we're looking for solid white returns on the side scan, and track down those fish. Fish those high percentage areas, use your mapping, main lake points, drop-offs, flats. Follow those, those steps, and you're gonna catch more fish. Now in our next video, we're gonna be Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, all that jazz. You know what to do, and we'll see you on the next one.